Dorothy Smith talked about standpoint theory. Now, the notion of standpoint is something like this, that what one knows is affected by where one stands in society. When we say where one stands means what is the position of a person, what is the status of a person, and particularly her focus is male versus females. What is the position of men in the society? What is the position of women in the society? So people are going to, let's say, think, have the knowledge, will have the approach which is consistent with the position they are holding. So those who are in the position of power, they are going to exercise that kind of power, and then they might be expecting others to comply with that. So we begin from the word as we actually experience, and experience is from the position where we are located in the society. So higher position, lower position, position of let's say decision maker, position of a leader, position of his let's say superordinate, and then person could be in other positions as subordinate, and this actually helps in the let's say thinking process of a person, the grooming of a person. The things become part and parcel of the personality of the individual. So we begin from the word as we actually experience, and a person is conditioned to follow the norms which are appropriate for that position. And then again, the norms are created by the people, society, individuals. So we see that in this theory, no one person have complete objective knowledge, because his or her knowledge might be specific to that particular position. And also, no two persons can have the same standpoint. So their positions could be different, and because of that, their views could be different, their approach could be different, their thinking could be different. So we must not take the standpoint from which we speak for granted. That is, it is applicable to others as well, and others also have the same viewpoint. So that is how we look at this standpoint. So that standpoint should be the point of entry for sociological theory. So if men are writing about sociology, so they are writing from the standpoint where they are in the society, a position of dominance, a patriarchal kind of position. So what we look at that in this approach, so we are advised to reformulate the sociological theory from by accounting for the standpoint of gender and of experience of reality. At that time, when, in the middle of the, let's say, last century, we see that most of the sociology is dominated by men, let's say, thinkers or men sociologists. So, therefore, one could say that the mainstream sociology was being male-dominated. And if it is male-dominated, then one can expect male biases in these theories. So they are reflected over there. So the methods, the conceptual schemes, and theories built up within male social universe. So not only the methods or the thinking is there, even the topics were altogether different. This is what Dorothy is talking. So in the changing world, now Dorothy, or the feminist school of thought, which is being led by different, let's say, thinkers, Dorothy Smith is one of them. She says that we have to rethink. It's not the male-dominated sociology. We also have to look into the experiences of women. So standpoint of women is privileged, and that of women is devalued. So that is more like a one-sided kind of approach. So that privileged position provide authoritative accounts of the social world. And she talks about objective kind of approach, something which is observed, that is there, but the lived experiences of those who are, let's say, in subordinate kind of positions, may that be women, may that be a laborer, may that be somebody else, their experiences are given less value. They might be devalued or they might be ignored. So we see that it is claimed that they ignore the experiences and practical knowledge of the people who participate in day after day in this world. So a secretary who might be contributing to a lot to the functioning of the office of her boss might be looking into so many things with the, let's say, appointments, with the proceedings, with the different things, and the boss considers that these are the responsibility of that woman, secretary. So what are her experiences? What are the expectations? Now, these are in a way ignored. So we see that the feminist approach considers that male-dominated sociology followed one approach and they ignored the other approach. Their approach was objective kind of approach, more of a quantitative, following a positivistic kind of approach. Now, they do not take into consideration the qualitative side of the data, and they have ignored the experienced realities of the powerless people, and women being one of them, and therefore they have not projected the women's world, women's experiences. Therefore, we have to reconsider this sociological theory or sociological approach.